Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Shantatmanam Pramudvalam, Siddhavidya Prabhavam, Vaswadrupam Swadadayam, Takarmadivakam, Prajnavakam Nijasamarasham, Tarakam Tyagivadyam, Sakshadai Sammamuduvalam, Shivanandam Nadosmi, Shivanandam Nadosmi. I will say something about Swami Krishna Maharaj. These things you may not be knowing, but I think so. Some may be knowing. Some very interesting facts about Swami Krishna Maharaj. I had some close association with him. So, Swami Krishna Maharaj is a very tough person. Prima facie is a very tough person. Because he was general secretary.
Like a somebody.
He cannot be a very soft person. So many things will be there. So he is a very tough person. Somebody, and also very traditional people. The traditional people, I come from a traditional background, so I also know all this. Suppose if you go and ask him a question, he will not even attempt that. Probably, can I do this sadhana? He will not reply. Why? Because many times people just casually ask that. So he will not reply that. Second time, third time if you ask, then he understands, oh, he is sincerely going to reply. First things. Suppose I have seen this actually. One person asked a question, he did not answer that. Then after the person when he asked that question to me, then I asked, Swami, that person asked me this question, you did not answer that, you asked this question to me, should I answer that? No, I want you to give me an answer, you tell me. Then I told you something. And in the beginning, whenever he will ask me a question, then I will say some answer. You are wrong, he will say. What is right, he will not say. You are wrong, he will say. Then I used to feel sad because I have great respect for somebody. My understanding is wrong. Then what is right, I want to know. He will argue. One time, two time, three time. Fourth time, once I asked him, Swamiji, you would tell, whatever answer I say you are wrong, but you are not telling me the right answer. I begged it. Then he did not say anything. He did not say anything. He just kept quiet. Then I was thinking, what type of person is this man? He did not give me an answer. And he just kept quiet. Then, afterwards, whenever he asked a question, I will not give an answer. I will put a counter question. I started like this. Then I realized that Swami used to ask you a question, whether you have understood that. You ask a question, whether you have understood, you give an answer. The answer, whatever answer they give, that won't give you a complete idea. What is there in your mind to express? Suppose I say, I love you so much, I say. These words, what it conveys to you, it varies from person to person. I love you very much, I say. I have great respect for you. What does it mean to you? These words, different people will have different understanding of it. And the feeling will also be different. Although we say some few words, we communicate through words, but what we communicate to the other person is not the words, something deeper than those words. The words communicate an idea. That idea, how you conceive, we do not know. For example, if I say something, a word I say, I love you, I say. I love you is He wrote in English some few words. That I love you is my thought I have expressed. My love I have expressed through words. So the thought becomes the words. Thoughts are converted into words. Okay? When I say I love you, it is my thought. That thought is converted into words. Thought explodes into speech, they call. So in Sanskrit they call this vak is called Vaikehi is words. The words are, the thoughts has become the words. So before the thought there is a stage. And before that there is a stage. 4 stages, 4 transformations have taken place. So this table is made of wood. Wood has become this. Likewise, my thought, I love you, that my love I express through the words, I love you. So Swami is trying to understand what is your understanding. He has said something. What is behind those words? What type of thoughts he is entertaining? Whether the thought level it is correct. Then what is examining? So he is trying to shake you. Whether you understand, you will put logic to prove that you are wrong. Suppose if you try to argue it out, he has not put your ego. Tarkashastra very well. He will argue and make you wrong, make you understand that you are wrong. But even if you are right, he will make you understand that, make you feel that you are wrong. So that capacity will shake you. So whenever he puts a question to a person, he is examining that person up to what level he has understood. So it will take long time for anyone to understand. Whatever he says, he will say wrong. Why wait? So he thinks that person cannot improve. So that is one thing. That is one of my experience. And then I understood Swami is trying to check up to what level your understanding goes. What your understanding goes means what level spiritual achievement is. That is what he is trying to understand. Then the second thing is, he has got a profound knowledge of Shastra and profound knowledge of Sanskrit also. So, when Swami became sick, he told me, during this Guru Purnima time, there used to be Brahma Sutra reading, Vyasa Puja and the reading of Brahma Sutras. He told me, hey, I can't go to Guru Purnima, you go and read Brahma Sutras. Yes, Swami said. You should read the 4 sutras and the last sutra, yes, Swami, and give me many more, Swami. Okay, Swami. Then I asked, can you say Dhyana Shloka? Yes. What Dhyana Shloka you say? Then I said, this. For Vyasa Bhagavan, what Dhyana Shloka you say? Then I said something. No, you say this Shloka. So in our Brahma Sutra book, there is one Shloka, Vyasa Bhagavan is there. I have not come across it. Then I thought, what is this? There are standard Shlokas. I will take that Shloka. So I said, no, you read this, he said. Then I said, Swami, this is not, I'm not familiar with this Shloka. Who has composed this Swami? He asked. Then Swami said, it is my composition. I got a shock. Swami, it is such a wonderful composition. Swami, do you know this much Sanskrit? I asked him. Like a child, I asked, Swami, do you know this much Sanskrit? It's a brutal composition. He did not say any answer. So he has got such profound knowledge of Sanskrit. Although there are so many other people who claim that they know much. Compared to Swamiji, I found many of them do not know anything. Because I have found asking questions to big people who are teachers. He will ask them, what is Madhu Vidya? He will ask someone. And they will not open their mouth. And afterwards I will ask them, why Swami are going to eat not tell? I will ask them, they were afraid before them. Because he will go to the depth, especially the Chandogya and others, the Vidya, the Upasana. Understanding the Upasana is very difficult. Very difficult. And those who have got mastery over Vedas and mastery over Sanskrit and mastery over Vidya, the Upasana, they only can explain. So he has asked many people, those who are teachers from other ashrams, when they come, he will ask them, hey, what is this Madhu Vidya? What is this Eastern branch or Southern branch? They will not be able to explain it. They will keep quiet. But he can give the social meaning, and he can give meaning to such level that you can understand. You can do that also. Such a wonderful person. And also very simple also. And very interesting thing on the happens on the chapter page. One day one journalist came to interview Swami. So when he came, I am a journalist, Swami, I want you to what interview you are going to? I don't want anything. He said. Then Swami, I want to have an interview. Alright, ask me questions. This is the way he answered. Then, Swami, what is your daily routine? Then he says, what daily routine? Today morning I got up, one sleeper came, I scolded him. I started the day with scolding myself. He was thinking, what answer is given to the sleeper? What answer giving to a journalist? And that fellow may go and type like that. Then he went away. Then I asked, Swami, you told that you were writing the paper. Let him write, what is there? Then I did not ask any question because that day he was not in a mood to answer smooth. So after 2-3 days, he himself clarified that. Whatever action you will do, that should be spiritual. There should not be that you make a distinction between spiritual activity and other activity. Whatever you do should be spiritual. Even your scolding a person should be spiritual. Your quarreling with your wife should be spiritual. For that reason you quarrel. Spiritual you should not say. So whatever activity is spiritual, you see, Yadyat karma garomi tattaragiromi sambodha varadhanam. Whatever I do is your aradhana, you say. Then sometimes you have to quarrel, sometimes you have to say something else. You have to walk, get up from there. Somebody may say like that. That is also spiritual for him. It may not be spiritual for us because we have a distinction. We don't see God in everything. So he is one such person. Whatever action he does is spiritual. He is scolding a person. He says no to you. If a champion is in jail, he says no. So that's a spiritual activity. So this I have seen from. Normally I won't believe because my intellect won't allow that I am a rational person and think, what is it? It cannot be spiritual. But I have seen this really, whatever he does. Because next moment he will be very normal. He was, hey, what are you doing? Once he asked me a question, then I was about to answer. Somebody came with a bill or something like that. He scolded me so much. And then turned to me, hey, you are not giving me the answer. Swami, you are talking. Why is that? I am talking to you. You have to give me the answer. Swami, you are talking with this tough subject. How can you give an answer? Hey, what tough subject? I asked you the question, you have to give the answer. Then he will be. You can quarrel with a person. Next moment you can talk about Madhu Vidya. Next, in the fraction of a second, you can switch off, cut off this and stop this. Cut off this and go there. It is not everybody is game. You pick up quarrel something with someone, and next minute you think about, you speak on Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga. Your baby will be high, and you cannot come down to speak about Bhagavad Gita. One day he was sick. His baby was very high. So, in those days, academic classes, he used to conduct in his room, in the hall. So his BP was very high, and his attendants told me, Swami cannot come today, his BP is high. Then he asked me, are they coming today? Yes, Swami. Yes, I am coming. They said, no, your BP is high, you cannot go. My BP will come down now, he said. I have seen that. My BP will come down now. Check. And they checked, it was down. Now I go. Like a child is now I go. And his BP was high. And in that particular moment it was tremendous. So why I say this? Because at any moment we can change this. He said, normally I do not believe all these things. I want to tell you. All these things are nonsense. I came from that full of communists and rationalists. They are brought up in that group. So, but I have seen this. My BP will come down. He said, how it will come down? He will say, my BP will come down. Check down. He says like this. When you are angry, there is so much anger in there, you cannot come down. But he was down. You see now? You see now it is okay. Go. Wow, that is actually, somebody has thought that is totally, all his activities are spiritual. Whatever people cannot understand him because you have seen his outer side actually. Outer side was like that, but he was totally living in that. Living in this. Was living in God consciousness, I should say. Many times I have felt like that because the outer personality has nothing to do with his inner personality. The Prakriti and the Purusha variations are like that. Same reaction that is full of consciousness is in inner matter. Like it was totally, externally viewed. I have seen him like that. But internally was totally from so many experiences like that. What he says is always true also. And his predictions will also be true. Whatever he says, it will happen. Don't work means it won't work. Normally he won't say about you. So this I have seen actually. 2 decades actually. One, he could not walk. Then I have to go. You lift me, he said. So I cannot lift you. The Satyagram is not there. But somebody else lifted him. So he came down and sat there. Party is going to speak. He is very sick. And he spoke. Party witness he spoke. But then he stopped. And I have also noticed whatever he speaks based on Upanishad, something will be there. From where this thought comes, language is new language. He uses choices to words. And the thought thinking itself, nobody has used it like this. But somehow, sometimes I find some link somewhere. Then Swami, this you have meant like this. No, this is not this way, he will say, but he has taken from this. So after his lectures, when the students come to the class, then I will ask them, what Swami spoke? You tell me, nobody will remember. But he has got sequence. He will go over his lectures are all continuous actually. Your thought will pass on actually. There will be continuity of thoughts and there will be sequence. Logically you will proceed. That is the traditional way actually. Everything is logical. So what he said first, what he said second, how he drew that conclusion. You will draw a conclusion, how he has drawn. Those things you have to remember. So if there is a continuity of thought is there, then only you will be able to remember. Then I will ask them what he said. They will not remember. Then I said, first he said, yes. So this is from this Upanishad. This is from this Upanishad. Title Upanishad, what topic you take. And that alone you will learn. So once you know that, oh, you are speaking on this chapter, but in this whole way actually, so you can go like that. So very systematically possible. And whatever he speaks, no editing is required. Whenever we speak, actually the sentence will not be complete and some phrase will be there, then some editing is required. We will edit that language you speak. Sentences will be pakka and comma, you put comma. Same way. Then the thought can, when you translate it is easy to translate. No editing is required. You have edited some of these books, some of these talks. Such perfection will be there. That's a wonderful personality. Although you are sick, and we love Vedas very much. Once, one of his birthday, I told you, he has studied Vedas from his father. Father was initially reluctant to teach him, then after he taught him. So he studied the entire Veda from his father and he knows by heart. So many of these, those who speak on Upanishads, etc., they might not have studied Vedas. They have studied only Upanishads. So he has studied Upanishads in total. And then he went to Benares and studied Upanishads and everything. And then he was thorough with Bhagavad also. Bhagavad also. Once first when he met me first, he asked me, you will read Bhagavad? Yes, sir. You tell me the first sloka. Then I told him first, hey, you are pronouncing nice. Where are you from? All these things asked. Then he went. Then the Janmashtami comes. Janmashtami, somebody has to read Bhagavad. So that year the man who Pandit used to read, he died. Then he told, you go and read. So he knows that immediately I judge it from one sloka chanting, he knows how he can read. You will ask somebody, they then are studying Vedas, which other are studying Shukla Veda, tell me that. Immediately he will ask. So when he says that he knows how much he knows, when he is too much bluffing or real, and he has got great respect for those who are very scholars. So once I told him, Swami, I will arrange for a Vedic chanting, Veda chanting. You will arrange, yes, sir. From there you will come in, one of my friends is there, he will come and do it. I am delighted. Then every day you ask, can you arrange it? Swami had to write a letter. Those he called, this was the mobile was not there. So Swami had written a letter to him. He will write confirmation. Almost every day he will ask, what they'll play. Then that fellow replied, he wrote it in Sanskrit. And everything. And the Papa Satta also written, I gave it to him. Very happy. Very happy. I'm very delighted. Hey, finally he says, there is Tvaya Kartavyam means what is this? Swamiji, the Vedanta situation will be done by him during that period. At that period, Bhagavad reading we have to do yesterday. Yes. Okay. Something other than this you should do. What they said, you should do this. No, something this is. At that time, when you will be reading Vedas at this time, at that time I was reading, I cannot be do, you have to do it. Yes. And then he was asking me how much dakshina we should give. Swami, he need not be given any dakshina. He was deputy accountant general. He has got pension and everything. He is doing his work. As his sadhana is happy to do, and come and do it in Shivanasram. And on the thanks of them, you don't give him. No, I should give him some dakshina. Then I said, you give him 1 rupee dakshina. Swami gave more money, roti, etc.
Hello.
They got great respect for those who study Vedas, those who study scriptures. Whether they are not achieved that level also. Even somebody comes and chants some mantras and that, you will be very happy and you will give them dakshina, respect them and tell them, oh, you studied well, glorify them. Such wonderful personality. So you have, I have seen the tough side of Swami and also his soft side. And one other occasion, one person came and his daughter died. When the daughter died. So the wife became, the mother became very sad and she was mentally sick. And she had a belief that this girl will come back, the daughter will come back. She was always looking to the window. Whether she is coming like that. So that man explained all these things. And Krishna said, hey, how can that person come? You should make her understand that that person will not come. And if he still believes, you should take her to a psychiatrist and get some treatment. All these things were saying very tough. I was thinking, why Swami is so tough with him? But he was very tough with him. No, it cannot happen. Why do you allow that? Tell her that it is not possible. She can't come. And if she still insists, take her to a psychiatrist and give her some treatment. And then that man just kept quiet. I have tried Swami, but it is not working. Okay, then that man gets it. Then Swami sang one. Bhagwan. I can't understand the meaning. The general meaning is Bhagavan was Kripal, you show Kripal on us. Like something like that it goes. But then almost he was emotional. And I was looking at his eyes. And he watched him looking at his eyes. Something. You are moved, I think. You go away from here. You go into right and say, go away from here, go away from here. He told me, he did not give an answer. So that is his half side. So the tough side is that he's very, very tough with people. What have you done? That is one side, and this is another side. So that's a wonderful personality of it's a wonderful personality. So then these things, only when you come in contact with you for long period, and you should have a mind to see these things also. You see that he was a very tough guy. Anybody can say that because they don't have the tough face there. But whether it is fully tough or whether it is a soft core inside it, that also we should see. So that this I have seen many times. So I never used to go to him because we used to walk with people, build and other things. Then one day he told me, Maharaj, I would like to have your darshan every day, he told me. I used to go only on Thursday. Then I said, Swami, it should be the other way around. Every day I would come, he said. I would have your darshan, I would like to have your darshan every day, he told me. Then I thought, I told Swami, it should be the other way around. I was not willing to go because I go and sit there, you will be costly with somebody. Why should I hear all this? And you say all negative things will be there. But before we, as I enter, you say, Om Namo Narayana. You say, you want to look at it. And then some questions he will ask, one or two questions. Every day he will ask me some questions. So this, so that gave me an opportunity. He wanted me to have that experience. That's why probably he told me, I want to have every day. That means you come here every day to know what is what. Maybe that is it. This is my sharing. That's why you are such a wonderful person. You want to tell something?